right, welcome back. If you were with me on the watch along, now it's time for the post show for Backlash, and I think overall a great show tonight. I personally think was better than either night separated of WrestleMania from top to bottom. I really just enjoyed the whole show, start to finish tonight. I must say, and we'll have much more. We're gonna break every match down. But yeah, just your initial thoughts on the whole evening. What you kind of thought of the show.
I thought it was an A show. Started great, ended great. Only think I had one match where I was like, I didn't really care for it, but I was an expected match where, you already know what that match is, the McAfee match. I didn't care for that, but other than that, I mean, there was plenty of great matches. Every other one, I mean, I seen was top to bottom was good.
Yeah, it was a really good show, and I agree with you to a certain extent. I didn't mind the McAfee match as much, but it did. McAfee can't wrestle. I will say that much.
Yeah, okay.
But nothing too
He's
egregious
got some
happened.
balls. He's got some balls. I can say that, but
Yeah,
I
he got.
think Cole. I think Cole helped the match with his commentary, because
Yeah,
he got him over a little bit, but
yeah, and you knew he was going to
I,
be
I
over the top with it too, like
didn't like the ending.
Cole was.
We'll get to that. Uh, let's start with the Fatal Four Way. Open the show, man. That was a hell of a match.
Yeah,
Um, Jam-packed action. Fatu is a menace. The athleticism the guy has for his size and the way he moves and the look he has to him. He shined in this match. I think Drew shined as well before he got taken out by the South of Haven.
yeah,
Jeff Cobb enters. Jeff Cobb, known well for New Japan. He was over there for, let me see, 8 years. 42 years old. Originally from Hawaii, grew up in Guam. If anybody don't know much about him, he last appeared in AEW about a year ago. Big guy. He has a look like a Bloodline member, but he's not actually
yeah.
a Noe family.
I think he's Filipino. Yeah, I looked him up. He's
He's
Filipino.
like a mix of Filipino and Guam, I think. But he
Yeah, that's
grew up
it.
in. He was born in Hawaii and grew up in Guam. But he actually did like a little bit of a wrestling in the Philippines too. So he probably has ties from there from his mom. But
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it was a good match. What do you think about it?
I thought it was a good match. It opened the show really well. Um, Fatu's just he's money.
Yeah.
Like he's
Here's
fucking
the thing.
money. He needs, I was thinking it during the match tonight. I was like, man, if Vince had this guy. Vince has already got
Man,
him in like a heavyweight championship picture. Like he's really getting him over as this nasty dude. And they're doing
here's
that.
the
Don't get me
thing.
wrong, they
Yeah.
are doing that, but they're just kind of doing it at the lower belt. But it is what it is. We'll see the
He's
rise,
got
I
a
guess.
problem. He's got a problem. Like, here's the thing with when a guy is that good and the audience recognizes it, especially the hardcore fans,
Yeah.
they cheer him. They keep cheering. So they got to turn him. They're gonna have to turn him face, and you can see they're laying the groundwork for it.
Oh yeah, and the whole finish of the match because
Yeah.
I didn't know who that cat
Right.
was. I,
You
when he
didn't?
first
No.
jumped in,
Uh,
I don't keep my finger on the pulse of some of the other stuff as much, but he jumped in. I thought, oh, here's another Samoan guy. I could tell that much at first, and then he did that kind of cool crossbody on I
yeah,
think
it
it
was
was L.A.
cool.
Knight on the outside into the
Yeah.
post, and then it kind of showed him, and I was like, well, who is this guy? I've never heard of him. Next, I look him up. It says he's 42 years old. I'm like,
Yep.
holy shit,
42.
he's old.
Yeah, he's been around for a minute. He was in New Japan for 8 years. So
I've
I mean,
never
he
heard
was
much of
successful
him,
there too.
I guess.
Yeah. Well, he was in AEW last year, but I know neither me or you watch it. But
I haven't watched New Japan
Priest.
in a long time either, so
Yeah.
I didn't really have any clue who he was. But I mean, whatever. I'm with you. It's just laying that groundwork
Yeah.
for Solo and Fatu to split. I'm assuming that's coming for a SummerSlam match, if I had to guess. And then I think we'll see the
Yeah.
full babyface turn at SummerSlam for
Another spot of that match I think we should touch on is Drew getting screwed over again.
sure.
How many times can this guy get screwed over? I mean, it's the same booking every time. I think he's just got to snap now. It's every time he's got a chance, he gets screwed over.
Yeah.
Priest, he had the match one, and Priest,
Yeah.
interrupted it, and then Priest took him out on that big spot, which I thought was a cool way to, get it down to two people pretty much,
Yeah. Kind of
and
eliminate those
set up
guys.
for Cobb coming in. So solid match. I
Yeah.
mean,
I liked it. Yeah.
yeah,
And I
yeah, I
remember
liked it
I
a
was
lot.
thinking like, man, at the time I was like, man, how do you make this the opener? They're killing it. They're killing it.
Yeah,
Like, how is this the opener? We'll find out. There are some great matches on this card, so it didn't
yeah.
hurt it honestly in the grand scheme
No,
of
literally.
the whole thing. I think it ended. It started better than it ended, even though it didn't end bad necessarily the show, but it just felt like a better start than an end. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and go on the star scale for this one. I'm gonna go 4 stars. I thought it was a really
We
really
going
good
4 out of
match. Yeah, I think it was
we
a good
going four
match.
out of five.
4 out of 5 for me. I think it laid groundwork for a new story. Uh, it added more tension to that bloodline thing that's going on, and it's just a really well worked match. I'm with you. I love that spot with Priest on the outside, putting uh putting him through the
Yeah,
table.
I'll give it. I think I'd go 5 stars on it.
You go full 5 on that.
I'm going a full 5, man. I think it was
Jesus, right out
excellent.
the gate.
Yeah, I
I
told you
think it
that
was
was going to
good.
be
I
the
didn't think it
match
was.
too.
I thought it was really good. Don't get me wrong, but I didn't.
Yeah.
It didn't have that next level, but it was a really good match to start the show.
Well, I like it set up. It set up two new feuds that's going to come out of it. Well, not really new with Damien, but it's going to be continued. You know, Damien and Drew, and then it shows you a whole new angle that's coming with the build to Solo going to screw over Fatu or Fatu leaving and become a face. So I mean,
Yeah.
I think it did it. What more could you do with the match in order to make it to not make it a 5 star, in my opinion? That's why I give it a 5.
Yeah.
But on to the next match with Becky versus Lyra. What a freaking wrestling match that was!
Great.
Oh my god, man!
This was the
I
match
was
I
I was
least
texting you
looked
about that.
forward to when the night started, and by the
Lyra,
end of it, I was blown away.
Lyra was wrestling her ass off, man. Excellence of execution. She had so many moves she was doing, man. Becky, of course, helped out. They had a great match together. Technical wrestler, unique moves. Lyra in the ring is way better than with a mic on her hand. I'd say you give her a mouthpiece, but I don't know if they're going to go with that. Maybe she just needs more time. But in the ring, Jesus.
Yeah, I felt like the crowd really got behind her too in this match. Like
Yeah,
where they've kind of not made a lot of noise for her in the recent weeks. They really, did a good job of getting. They were really backing her throughout this match, and yeah, it was the best Becky Lynch match I've probably ever seen, and
yeah. I mean,
at least in a long time. But it was really really good. Um,
near fall after near fall that could go either way.
yeah,
That's a match you can love because you didn't know who was going to happen. I didn't know who was going to win at the end, you know?
yeah.
So it was a great finish, too, because it was like a roll up, you know, and a counter move. So they were countering the whole match. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah,
So
it was a lot of
that
again near falls, counters, good looking counters. It was kind of a weird roll up ending there because it looked like
yeah,
something
it
was
was.
going on because like Lyra was grabbing
I
at her
think she broke her
face.
nose. I
That's
think
what
she
they
got her nose
said.
broke.
They said
You
something
know,
like
I looked
maybe
after. It
she
looked
broke her
like it.
nose.
But even after the match, Becky drawed major heat for attacking her. You know, so she got over too at the end. She attacked her, gave her the disarm her, wouldn't let go.
Yeah.
Cole screaming, "You're gonna break her arm, damn it!" You know. So it worked. It worked
Yeah,
both ways for that.
they kept rolling up that was an exchange they kept having was the arm bars. They were
Yeah.
rolling in and out of arm bars right there. That was really cool. I really liked that spot. There was another one, and I'm sitting here trying to think. Oh, it was
The
the top rope suplex. Lyra
Yeah.
got up Becky and just held
Yeah.
her, and then just took her time and just kind of held her up, and then dropped her perfectly on the mat. It was such a sweet looking top rope suplex.
Yeah.
It was real old
And
school
then
too.
another suplex was the running short suplex, like Dynamite Kid used to do.
Yeah.
But I mean, I was invested in that match, man. So
Oh yeah,
uh,
they hooked me in.
I
A
don't
lot more than
remember.
I expected.
I don't remember a woman's match being so good in a long time. So I mean, without further ado, I'll go ahead and give that a 5 star too.
I had a 5-star matches.
That's a 5 star match, man.
Um, I liked it. I'm gonna go 4.5.
4.5. All
I'm
right.
gonna
Oh, we're
stick
doing
with it.
halves too.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, I'm going 4.5.
All right. All right.
It was it was everything you want. Really, I'm probably trying to nitpick it. I guess you could say, but I guess I
That's a
thought I was
match
gonna.
I'll watch back tomorrow.
You think so? See,
I'll
I
watch
probably
it
won't
back. I'll
watch
watch
it
it.
again. I probably won't even
I
watch the
will.
pay per view again, honestly. But that's just me. That's how I am. And if I watch it back, it'll be a while from now when I do. But
Hmm.
it was a good. I mean, I ain't knocking the show by saying that. That's just me how I operate. I usually don't
Yeah,
watch it back the day
yeah,
after, uh, but yeah, if there was a match to watch back on this show, it's this one. Like it was that fucking good. It got Lyra over with me. I actually dig her now. It made me like Becky a
yeah,
lot more too, just in the loss. I really
yeah. I
thought we'd
mean,
get Bailey here. We never saw Bailey
I
show
did
up.
too.
Yeah,
I was waiting for it, but then the match was so good because that was a prediction of mine that Bailey was gonna come, and the match was so good. I was hoping my prediction would be wrong because I didn't want her to ruin it. And so I was happy when I actually didn't see her,
yeah,
and we got the finish. So,
yeah. I wasn't expecting the 3 count either. Like I thought,
no, I
I didn't
like
think it was
clean
coming right
finish.
there.
That was good, good, great match, man.
Yeah, and what is else I was gonna say about it? Yeah, no Bailey coming out. Becky keeps the disarmor on. They're all pulling it off, like you said. Get her off of her. So I don't know where they're going there. I think
Yeah,
that's where I thought definitely a run in would happen, and I was fine with it
yeah, I
there
did
once the
too.
match was
That's
over.
when I was like, oh, Becky or Bailey's probably gonna come now. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, it never happened, so I don't know. And that's gonna be a through line for the evening on my predictions at least. Is I've only got one run in right. We'll wait to that spot before I announce which run in it was, but
I
uh,
remember the one you got
yeah.
right, and
So
I was like, oh my god, I can't believe you called that.
I told you, I knew it. I had a feeling something was
Yeah,
gonna happen there. But anyway, so yeah, I go 4.5. You go another 5 stars.
yeah,
But either way, I'm 4 and 4.5. You're 2 5s, so already off to a great
yeah,
start with this show.
yeah. I mean, next match we got is Penta versus Dom. Dirty, dirty Dom, dirty. The crowd's on to Dom, man, and he's supposed to be a heel in the Judgment Day.
Yeah, they're
That's
not really
another one
booing
that's getting a lot
anyone.
of credit.
It doesn't feel like.
Well, he gets too much credit now, so and the Judgment Day they're not really scary, so
Yeah,
Dom comes out and he's getting the love, and I think the match they were cheering 50-50 Penta Dom.
yeah,
High risk moves, a lot solid match, a lot of Mexican Destroyer was a hell of a move. Finn took that spot at the end where he looked like he was gonna cause Dom, and even the whole Judgment Day got mad at Finn, so it's more foreshadowing for
yeah,
that
yeah.
about Dom. They're gonna break up soon, but and then we got the Savior. God bless America, El Grande Americano saves Dom
I even said it
out
on
of
the live
nowhere.
stream. I said it on the live watch along that I can't believe El Grande Americano is not on this show. Like, he needs to be on this show. And I think it was
He's
at the
on.
beginning of this match before he came in, and I
Yeah.
just kind of was like,
Oh, you did?
it wasn't even that I thought he was going to come into the match. I just thought, man, we don't have him out here. I can't believe he's not on the card. He's over right now. They need to get him on the card. And sure enough, like you said, he shows up here at the end with the loaded headgear
Yeah.
to get down the win.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming and I like this match. It wasn't as good as the first two. It was a tough act to follow after Lyra and Becky to me, but I go 3.5 on this. But it was a good match. I ain't saying it was a bad match. I enjoyed it. Um, but now I'm assuming taking Pinto away from the belt.
I
And
would
making
think so.
him and Americano have a little bit of a feud now. I don't
Yeah,
know
I
where
would
you go
think.
with Dom now. I guess AJ. They've already talked about AJ, so I guess that's what we're gonna get now coming out of this. And like you say,
Yeah, there's a lot of
more tension in Judgment Day for
yeah,
sure. They're gonna
right.
keep going with
So
that.
I think it'll probably lead to probably not the next pay per view or nothing. Or I don't think
I'm
they'll
thinking
rush it that much.
SummerSlam. Yeah,
Yeah, they've been going pretty slow with it. Maybe a Dom versus Finn for the IC or something
I think it's gonna be
later on.
Dom
You can
Finn
see
at the at SummerSlam for the IC.
that could be. Yeah,
That's where the
I
initial
think.
match will happen.
Yeah, I think I would go 3.5 on this also.
Now, are you
I
turning
think it was.
Dom full baby at some point here? Are you gonna try to leave him like a gray area kind of baby where he still plays like heelish, but they like him and you let him enjoy them liking him? Like I don't know how
Yeah, I
you
don't
plan
know
on.
where they're. It looks like they're going with Finn to be a face, so it's sort of hard to turn Dom a face too.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So it's
yeah,
just they're sort of in a weird situation with them because they're cheering him because the Judgment Day is not over.
yeah,
Pretty
yeah. They're
much.
not at all. Um,
Yeah.
they get bounced from the match. They try to do the run in there, and Finn,
Yeah.
taking his time. Oh well, I don't want to just punch this guy. I got to go get the chair.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know if that was
All
supposed to be
right.
used for heat. I don't know if that's what they were going at with that whole spot,
I don't
but
know. I'm not sure.
we'll see what comes of
Great
that. But
match,
yeah,
though.
I'm
That was
glad
a
the
hell of
belt
a third
stays
match.
on Dom. That's another title.
Yeah,
That's 3 matches in a
great
row where
match.
the title stayed at home with
I
the
think we
champion.
called all three so far, right? All of our predictions, we were right on the first
Yeah,
three.
I went Lyra.
Yeah.
I can't remember. I thought, did you not go Becky or did you go Lyra too?
No, I went Lyra. I
Okay.
went
Yeah, we
Lyra,
all went
but I
Fatu. Yeah, it's
yeah
even though the match and that was what kind of made the matches great was that
yeah
you can easily call who you think the winner should be,
yeah
but the matches were so good that it started making you question whether or not
yeah
they were about to
right
pull the trigger, and that's really the art of it all, right? Is you going,
yeah
oh, I
man.
know what's going to happen, and then they make you, even though that same outcome happens, it at least flirts with the
Yeah,
idea that it might not, which was nice to see here
that's what makes the magic.
tonight.
The
Yeah.
next match we had moving on, we have the great Pat McAfee versus Gunther. Um, you did pick Pat to win this, didn't you?
I did. So this is where I
Yeah,
missed. I thought it'd be
yeah.
something, and we almost got it when Cole grabbed Gunther's foot on that pin. I said, "Oh my
Yeah, I
God,
thought
this
he
is where
had
it's
something
gonna
there too.
happen."
I said there ain't no way they're gonna let this happen. I couldn't believe it if it was, but in my opinion, Pat has no business in the ring. He's out of his league. I understand the popularity that he brings, to the show, and the millions of people that follow him. They probably made a ton of money off the show and shit. But I mean, he's tough. He's taking them chops, man. You could see he was winded as hell,
Yeah.
just out of freaking
Well,
breath, out of shape.
not to
So is
back.
Chop City back and forth, man. I wanted to see some blood. If Gunther was gonna win, I wanted him to look like a psycho, just lose his mind and bloody the hell out of him or something. But we didn't get any of that. So I was a little. And then the ending, he shook his hand and like congratulated him, gave him respect. It's so what did they do for Gunther in that match? What did they make him look like?
I don't know
What was
what
the point
they
of it?
were doing. That whole thing, my prediction was we'd get Goldberg. We didn't. And I really thought something was about to happen there because he's just standing around, like slowly getting pad up, and then he does some like I bid you adieu and some show of respect to Pat for doing this match, I
Yeah,
guess. But yeah, like what the
it
fuck
was
are we doing?
weird.
Are we trying to turn him baby right there? Is that what we were doing? Like, what are we doing with Gunther?
That's what I thought. I was like, why would a top-notch heel shake somebody's hand and show them respect just because it's Pat McAfee? Is that what they're doing? Or they trying to get Pat McAfee over for a wrestler? I mean, give me a break.
I mean, if you
So I
beat
didn't
him and
like
it's
nothing about
over,
that.
he should have just left, or he should have tossed him out of the ring or something. But
The
yeah,
best
that
part
whole
about
and
that
he kept
match,
standing there for like it's
yeah,
like 2 minutes of just dead air, him standing
yeah,
there, and I kept waiting. I'm like, I was doing it on the watch along, do do. Like I kept waiting for Goldberg to pop out, and nah, nothing, just that bullshit. And then it was like, okay, well at least this whole McAfee Gunther thing's over.
yeah. That's the best part that came out of it.
The best part of it was that. So
Yeah,
glad that's over. Um, yeah, I'm gonna give this. I mean, I didn't hate it. The crowd was really into it. It seemed like. Um,
yeah.
but
I don't know
all
how.
things considered, the outcome. I'm glad Gunther got the win at the very least. We didn't get him bloodied, none of that stuff. But I'll go.
Nothing.
I'll go 1.5 stars on this. It wasn't anything to write home about. It led nowhere. It didn't open avenues to open up to new avenues either. So it's just kind of like, okay, here we did this and it's over. Yeah. So
Made
just
made
kind of
one of
waste of
your
time.
top heavy. They made one of their top heavyweights look weak at the end. That's what
Yeah.
they did.
We didn't know what to do with
But
Gunther. And
yeah.
Pat's over there. He's itching to get him a match in one day. So let's give let's give
So
Pat his match.
I'll say the best thing that came out of that match for me, and what I enjoyed the most, was Cole's commentary of getting the whole thing over. Because I give him credit for the way he was talking. At
Well,
least.
I kept calling for Gunther to go rip Michael Cole's head off. I can't.
Yeah, I did too.
I'm not a Cole
I thought
guy.
it was gonna be. I thought it was gonna be destruction from Gunther, and I didn't get it. So I'll give it a generous 1 star. Almost a 0 if it wasn't for Cole's commentary.
I mean, I give it up for Pat for getting there in there and just getting the hell chopped out of him and all that
Yeah,
good
he's
stuff.
tough. Don't get me wrong, but it didn't make any sense to me.
And before we
Uh,
move on to the next match, it is making some news right now that Drew McIntyre was injured tonight.
Damn. Again?
I
What
don't know
happened?
how bad, but that's just what it says. Then he's been evaluated by WWE.
He just had that eye injury.
Something to do with the table spot. That's what it's saying.
Oh yeah.
It might be story. It could be storyline fodder they're putting out too. Who knows?
Yeah, we'll see if it's storyline.
See what comes of that.
They're gonna write him off TV, or is it storyline, or what? Well, the final match of the night is, in my opinion, the two.
This was the last match of the
that's
night.
it. Yeah, there wasn't that many matches.
Thought we had
right?
one more in between. Yeah, you're right though.
Well, we thought we were gonna have Tiffany versus Nia, but I guess they moved it to next week.
Did they ever say? I don't know.
I thought it was gonna be on this.
Can you go to the website and look it? Because I was curious.
I can't because I'm using my phone right now.
Well, I mean, is it just WWE.com that would have it?
Yeah, I think so. But I thought the whole thing for the #1 contender was going to be on Backlash, but maybe must be in next week's SmackDown or something.
That's not what I want. I'm trying to click on the story to see if they're all videos. I don't want to see video. Oh well. So yeah, either that's happening on SmackDown, or they're gonna save it for
main event.
Main event. Yeah. That's what they're doing with the J match. So I wouldn't be shocked.
So yeah, well, the main event we had, in my opinion, two of the top wrestlers in the 2000s, right? Can you think of two better in the 2000s? I can't. Orton, Cena, classic. I mean, how many times have they fought? They know each other so well. It started off very old school. Cena quitting on Randy, trying to walk out of the arena. You've seen a lot of that in the 80s and 90s. The heel trying to leave, taking his belt. I thought that was pretty cool. I haven't seen that in a while. A lot of reversing, a lot of classic old school moves, like some hip tosses and sleepers, and it started slow. They were one up in each other for a while, and then the second half it really kicked off, and I think they actually put together a pretty good match, and I think definitely Orton is a better wrestler than Cena, and I think the majority of wrestling fans would agree with that, but I don't say Cena is the greatest of all time because he has the most championships, but some people think so. But I actually think Orton's a better wrestler per se. But they put together a hell of a match, kicking out of each other finishes. I think Orton gave Cena like 2 or 3 AAs too, so that was interesting.
Oh, dude, it was nothing but finishers by the end of it.
Yeah,
that's all the match really divulged into. I think
the crowd was invested.
5 total AAs at one point, and they still hit a couple more to end. And there was, not counting the 6 RKOs given to the officials that ran out at one point.
Oh yeah,
I was wondering why all 4 or 5 RKOs too.
I was wondering why all those officials were running out. I was like, there's got to be more than 2 refs. Where are all these officials coming out? And then it paid off. I was like, oh, he's gonna RKO every one of them. So it was good. I liked the match.
I thought the match started really, really slow, and I was like bored to tears. And I was like, man, is Cena just not able to go? Is this what we're gonna see out of all his matches while he's still here?
Yeah.
I was really kind of worried there for a second, but then it picked up. But like you said, or we both said, got real finisher heavy. Putting people through tables, all the RKOs and the officials that come out. It was all fun though. That's what I'll say. The match was fun. It ain't gonna be
it was.
It's not like a kind of a classic deal or anything like that, but it was a fun match to watch unfold, and it did a good job too of what we said earlier of leaving you in a little bit of suspense because you're like, well, maybe he will lose.
Yeah, well, maybe
who knows where they're going. You start double guessing and second guessing yourself on it all. But yeah, Orton. I think the ref took too long on that last finish to get in for the 3 count after at the very end. Like,
when he hit him with the belt.
Yeah, he just took his time, which made me think that Orton's about to kick out one more time. And
it made you think that. So did it?
Yeah, I guess there you go. So, but
go ahead and call your spot. You predicted. You predicted our truth.
I did here on the show. I predicted R-Truth would do a run in. Now he was the reason that Cena won.
Yeah, he was.
He distracted him. I think Orton goes on a I gotta whip RKO or RKO, whip our truce ass now, and we'll see
Think we'll
that
see a
on
match?
SmackDown. We'll see that on SmackDown. Probably it'll be a
Oh,
match. It'll be some
yeah.
kind of thing they'll do just to get Orton away from Cena. And
Hmm.
now I don't know when we see Cena again. I'm assuming SummerSlam. I doubt we see him at Money in the Bank.
No, he's got dates before that. I'm pretty sure.
Is he gonna be at Money in the Bank?
I'm pretty sure. I don't have his dates in front of me, but he's got like 20 some dates left.
Now I was disappointed that we got no real run at the end. They really teased like something was about to happen, and again, it goes back to what I said. Hey, they're playing with my mind. But I think even if you, and I don't think we really went over it, but I would have expected somebody to come out there at the end. Like I really thought we would see something like that, but we didn't, and that's okay. It didn't like hurt anything. But even the fact that he got on the mic again, he went up on the top rope. I was like, oh well, somebody's coming out. The next
Yeah.
challenger's gonna show themselves here. Never happened.
Yeah, when he got on the mic and said he expects competition, I thought somebody was
Exactly.
gonna come right there. I was like, who's coming? But we didn't get it. So you were right about that. I thought that too.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly. We
so
got
that's what it
nothing.
blew my mind.
Yeah, we got
It was
nothing.
weird that he got on the mic because usually after a main event like that, if somebody gets on the mic and they start talking about the future, where he's going and what's he gonna do and who's he want to see, somebody will come out, but we never got it.
Never got
But
it.
yeah, it was.
I don't
I
know.
I we both predicted Orton in this too, so
Now
yeah.
we do have rumors, and again, the rumors that I heard going into this show didn't come to fruition as far as Goldberg goes.
Thank God.
So I mean, for now, we got plenty of
You
time
know,
to SummerSlam.
Bret Hart's
Oh,
happy
I didn't
to
even think
make
about that.
Goldberg.
Oh, now I want Goldberg needs to be on Raw. Please come out. I just for Bret Hart's tweet.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Where do you think Cena goes from here at this point? Who's this next challenger that you think and when? You think
Well,
it's
Cena.
rumored again. It is rumored that Cody could possibly be on SmackDown this Friday. So is Cody showing up to offer a new challenge at SummerSlam, or what do you think?
Maybe SummerSlam. Yeah, maybe. But what about Money in the Bank? There's got to be one. Cena's going to be in there before that. I think Cena is advertised in like next week or the week after on SmackDown too. I don't know about. I don't know about main event. I don't think so. But I got to look at his dates.
Oh, another thing too. We kind of left off, and it kind of happened in that post show. I don't know when you cut off. Did you watch it all the
Hmm.
way till he went in the back?
You're talking about the post show.
Cena at the end of the show tonight. Did you watch until he went all the way to the back curtain
Yeah, I
and
did.
left or whatever? So he's
Yeah.
given this whole time. He's having like these weird. You can tell he's trying to get something over. Like so, I think they're teasing at a baby going back baby face for him because he seems all
Really.
disappointed. Like he seems sad and being all weird. I don't know if you noticed it. I was like
I
he's
didn't.
about to
I didn't.
cry because the crowd kind of turned at the end and started chanting, "Thank you, Cena."
Hmm.
And he started showing these different emotions, and it didn't look like natural, real emotion. It looked like he was acting. So
That would.
I don't know if
That'd
they're
be
starting to
absurd.
already tease a turn back baby face. I don't know if anybody else picked up on that. I definitely did.
I didn't
But yeah.
see. I didn't see that. I guess I didn't see that little part of emotion you said, but it would be
Oh
absurd to
yeah,
turn
go
him
back and
back
watch when you
face.
watch. If you're
I will.
rewatching tomorrow, definitely go back and wait and watch that last bit out and see how he's acting. You might have quit paying
Okay.
attention or something at that point, just waiting
Yeah,
for
I
somebody to walk out.
might have.
But yeah, he
Right.
started really kind of putting over these facials, and he kind of hangs his head. He
Hmm.
walks out with the shoulders down, not walking out like a heel who just retained his title, who should be 10 feet
Ah.
taller, 10 feet tall. He's
Hmm.
yeah, real defeated acting. So yeah, pick up on that because they're definitely already. I think maybe that whole exchange for the ending of tonight is supposed to lead. And I don't know if they obviously didn't do a good enough job of getting it over. I think Cole could have added to it because they went silent. Uh, but yeah, I think the whole thing was there. It's like, oh, he's having second thoughts about this whole heel thing. I really think if you go back and watch that, you'll see what I'm talking
Okay.
about. So I
So
think
what do you
it's
give the? What did you give the Orton Cena match?
give it 3 stars,
3. I give it 3.5.
3.5. Yeah, it's
Oh.
just kind of a very elementary almost the way they went about the start of it. It felt like a wrestling school put together match, and then I felt like the rest of the match was just finishers. It was a
So what do
lot.
you?
It was like a popcorn flick to me.
Yeah,
It was action. It was what it needed to be for the main event. It worked.
yeah. I mean, I enjoyed it.
Good main event.
Probably two top stars of the 2000s. You're never gonna see that again, probably. So
Yeah, and
I certainly.
I'm not hating on it either. I didn't expect to
Yeah,
see a
yeah,
fucking fatal 4-way. I didn't expect to see
yeah, yeah.
Dom and
Yeah,
Penta
street Orton and Cena turned into a street brawl. We didn't expect that either because it turned in pretty much to a no DQ because the refs were out.
and I don't
So
even think I
that
gave him
was
out on the Dom Penta. Now that I think about it, did I?
that's it.
Dom and Penta. I think I went three and
Yeah,
a half
you.
on it.
Yeah, we both did. We both went
Okay.
3.5. Yeah. So that'll wrap up all the matches. So overall, what do you give on the whole show?
Uh, show as a whole, I'll go B plus.
B
Good show.
plus.
It was a good show.
I'm gonna go A minus.
Minus.
Yep.
I just thought it
I
was
would.
missing a little pizzazz here and there on certain stuff to be in the A column for my A column at least. No run-ins, nothing too
You got
crazy.
to run it.
It was a
You got a
straight
new guy. You got Cobb showing up.
true. I- He didn't
That's about
really.
the only run.
He doesn't tilt the scales for me too much just yet. I don't know anything about him though, so he
Okay.
wasn't very imposing looking, honestly. So then
His
I read
head
he's
look.
42. He may be fun, but I don't see him having much of a big.
We'll see. We'll see how he wrestles. So, I mean, I didn't watch him in AEW. I've only seen him in New Japan on like wrestling YouTube channel or something, but I never watched like
Yeah.
you know his title matches or nothing like that. But he can go from the way he looks. He's
Oh, yeah.
another big guy that can move.
Yeah,
So that's
most of these
great.
guys, I always say it. Most of these guys can go.
Yeah.
It's like, can they be a character? And God, we already got so many people that they release or already hanging around that I feel like this guy's gonna end up being, which is just some rando on a 3-hour Raw match or a 3-hour SmackDown match.
Yeah.
So I don't know. We'll see what's happening. I think he's just more or less there. I think we may see that split before Money in the Bank, and the Ross
Think
guy
so?
actually goes against Fatu in a match.
Hmm.
Either that or it's on
Yeah.
SmackDown. They may not put that on the next PLE, but they may have it. Or they're all just involved in the. I think Fatu's going to be in Money in the Bank.
Oh yeah, I would think so. Unless they don't
I know
want to
he's
put
got
the
a
U.S.
belt.
title.
Yeah, I know he's got a belt already,
Yeah.
but would he still get to go for it?
When is Money in the Bank?
June 7th.
What's the next one? Definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, my birthday weekend.
So we're gonna be
Wish I could
the
go.
next 3-4 weeks we're gonna be building the Money in the Bank, and that'll be interesting. I don't really love the qualifying matches they do, but
We're gonna
I
get
mean
them, I'm sure.
we're gonna get
They gotta feel that
some of them are all
airtime.
right.
They gotta feel that
The
airtime,
only,
so we're getting it.
the only thing I hate about the qualifying matches is they're usually so predictable. I don't mind one if it's not predictable, but usually they put it up there. It's like, well, who's gonna win this match. There ain't no way so and so is gonna win, and then it always happens. So
Yeah. I'm trying to just kind of scroll Twitter here, see if there's any other news kind of breaking out of Backlash tonight.
yeah,
Oh, did you see? I guess I missed it on. Yeah, so I was watching SmackDown last night, and then in the last hour, my stream fucked up. Like
yeah, I didn't watch.
when I was what of SmackDown that I was watching. So I missed Cena coming out and talking. They ended the show with him. But Cena
I
came
seen he got a
out
beer
and
bottle threw at him.
yeah, that's what I was about to say. Some guy throws a little beer bottle, and then there was some video I saw today too of it kind of zoomed in
People
on
lost
the
their mind.
dude. Well,
It's a big
I think
deal.
it was a plant. I took it as they planted this dude
Yeah.
to do this shit.
Well, big deal anyway. It's just one beer bottle.
They ran him
Beer.
out.
It wasn't even a bottle.
It showed him
It was aluminum can.
yeah, it showed him run him out because there's this side by side showing him holding the one beer
Probably
can
was
that
a
was
plan.
thrown at him with when
Probably
Hogan
was.
turned and there was nothing but trash in the ring.
Trying to get it. Yeah, exactly. How many beer cans were there in there?
Did you also tonight? Did you notice in the Lyra Becky match, Lyra's I guess fiance, the guy that was like the
Yeah.
goofy looking fella?
Where's Waldo?
Somebody posted here on Twitter, guys, it's a picture of the guy. I thought it was a girl at first.
They do.
It was like the second or third camera shot where I finally picked up it was a guy. It
Yeah,
goes,
he was.
and this person on Twitter posted that, guys, this is Lyra Valkyria's fiance. I repeat, this is Lyra's fiance. Anything is possible.
It's possible.
Did you ever think The
Yeah,
Rock might show up tonight?
no,
You never
not at
got
all.
vibes at the
Because
end.
of that shit he said on McAfee show, I was. No, I did think for a split second when the goddamn refs were out that we're gonna get Travis Scott's music's about to hit. I was glad that didn't happen.
Yeah, they knew that was a bad idea, especially. Um, you
But
know, glad they didn't bring out Travis Scott. I was fine with the finish of the main event too, because it was
yeah, well,
nobody else
I
really
like.
interfered. I know R-Truth came down there, but even still, it wasn't like some egregious run in. He kind of just said, "No, don't hurt him no more." John Cena's our hero, and I called it.
I didn't expect it.
I said
You
they're
did
showing
call
us
it.
this bullshit for some reason on these
I
SmackDowns.
even told you there's no way they're gonna put our truth in the main event.
I knew it happened.
Right when I seen him come out, I could just see your face smiling from ear to ear. You were right.
I
Oh
think I
man.
looked away for a second for some reason, and then I heard my
Hey,
headphone, R-Truth, and I
but
went, "Oh, I
yeah,
caught it."
but I'll give myself a little credit too because I picked every match tonight right. You missed one. You picked Pat to win that match.
Yeah, the Pat
Yeah.
McAfee prediction. I mean, it could have worked. It almost looked like that's what they were gonna do.
Yeah.
I just kept saying it on the watch along, like, "Hey, here comes the ultimate burial time for Gunther." You know, and then
Man,
they didn't necessarily bury him, but they didn't make him look good.
they did nothing for
Like
him
he
at all.
won, then he had like a bitch on the way
Yeah.
out. He didn't just stomp his
Yeah.
ass more and leave him laying.
And what's he gonna do? Come out and Ron say, I beat Pat McAfee, and then I shook his hand at the end.
Yeah, then I told him, "Good game, old chap."
Yeah. I mean, give me a break. That match was pointless.
It was, yeah, and it's like, what did we do all that for? Was it just to get people to watch? Was it all a PR tool for the McAfee show? Because I don't listen to his show, so but I would have to imagine all week they've talked about it
Yeah.
and
I
built
mean,
up
I'll
to
listen to
making sure
him.
people tuned in that were fans of his to see him wrestle this guy.
I'll listen to him,
That's
if
all it
it's
was.
on ESPN, but I don't like set my alarm for it.
About
You
as much
know?
as I ever see of his show is like maybe a clip online or something, but I've
Yeah.
never sat and watched it
Jay Uso was on a couple weeks ago. That was cringe.
really. Did he just talk about
Man.
Oos the whole time and Yeaton?
Oos and Yeet. Oh
All he
my
knows how to
god.
say, it seems like.
It's like,
He acts like
is he,
something's fucking wrong with him or something.
yeah, like is he on drugs or like the way
Yeah,
he
what's wrong?
talks is I don't know if it's like he's got a medical condition or something for real. I can't believe he's the champion. I'm telling you.
I know. I guess we're gonna have to wait for Saturday night's main events. I don't know how much I care. I can kind of see the writing on the wall. I don't think Logan Paul's beating him. I just can't
I hope
imagine
so,
that
but I
happens.
don't know. It'd be nice if it would. I'm looking forward to their interactions in the next couple of weeks, so I am looking forward to that. So we'll
They
see
just
how
keep
that
doing
goes.
this knockout gimmick where he keeps
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
knocking out Jey Uso randomly, like he's the Big Show or some shit. Like I don't
Yeah.
know. Like
That's his finisher. That's one of his finishers, the knockout. I guess
his
because he's a
finisher.
boxer too.
He's supposed to box his brother at some time this year. I read. I don't know when that's supposed to be. Or
Hey,
that was
speaking of the
something
Big
they were
Show,
gonna do.
who's turned hate heel and face more than the Big Show? Remember when he like one week he's a heel, the next he's face.
Still in AEW. I can't. I'm shocked they don't have him come out sometime.
Still wrestles.
Oh yeah.
God, he was horrible
Well, he's
10
in
years ago. He
AEW. I
was
don't know if he's
bad.
physically wrestling anymore, but I know he's in AEW technically. He may just be a
Is he?
backstage guy.
Let's hope so.
You got him putting together matches. Isn't that great?
Oh,
You
Mark
ever have
Henry
a
and him,
good
right?
match? Like I can't tell you my favorite Big Show match.
Favorite Big Show match? Well, I would say Hollywood Hogan, but that was the Giant.
Well, he could.
Big
You
Show.
can include that too. I mean,
Yeah, I
that's
would
all
say
I'd
that
go
one.
to. I would go back to WCW and say,
Yeah,
but
because
I wouldn't even
he had
say those
more.
matches were great. They were just
He had he
serviceable.
had a good entrance. He had a good entrance in the WWE. He came through the freaking ring. Remember when Austin was facing McMahon in Vengeance Day,
Yeah.
and then
He
he threw
fucked up the
Austin through
plan.
the
He fucked the
cage,
whole plan up.
threw Austin right through the cage, and he won.
Fucked Vince's plan up too with that stunt.
Yeah.
Well, that's about all I've got. I don't see much else. I mean, good show.
Yeah.
Um,
I was actually surprised how good it was tonight. So,
I got no bones to pick with it. Honestly, I'm really searching.
like I
I
said,
know you didn't like the McAfee much, but I still
mm,
don't even hate it.
hey, I gave the show an A-, so that tells you I didn't hate it. I
Yeah,
didn't like that match. But
yeah.
tomorrow, the only match I'll rewatch will be the women's match because I was right in on that. I'll rewatch that tomorrow,
Well, rewatch. At
and then we'll
least go to the very end of the show and rewatch Cena
yeah,
losing.
I'll watch.
Yeah,
I will.
and give
I'll
me your
see that
take on that
spot.
because I do think we're getting vibes of he's gonna eventually turn baby again. Though I don't think he
Mm.
leaves a bad guy. I think he eventually turns. Now, who's that turn come against? Like, I
Too
mean,
far
it would
off.
have to be Rock, right?
It would have to be somebody big.
It'd be Rock. That's the only person him turning on that would make sense. Because when he turned
Well,
heel, and we've still yet to have an explanation, of course, but when he turned heel, Rock was there. It's all going to lead back to that if they even want to do a babyface turn. Because I don't really know what you do
it,
without getting your, comeuppance against the final
it
boss.
might have made sense. It might have made sense if Rock wouldn't have just came on that show and said all that shit. you know.
Yeah, I just don't know
That's the only.
what you do there.
Uh,
Maybe I read it all wrong. I don't know. I've been hitting this vape all night while I'm watching the show, so maybe I'm in a different
uh,
universe watching this. But
could
I
be.
I got a vibe of like it didn't seem genuine. It didn't seem like he was really feeling these emotions. It seemed like he was putting on.
I'll watch that. I'll go
He
in the
was
end and watch
upset
it and see.
that these people were booing him and all this. Like he didn't like it.
Huh.
So I don't know. I I think it's coming. I don't know if it would be like this soon or at SummerSlam. I can't imagine that. Maybe they do. That'd be pretty quick. I
Hmm.
figured if he does turn back to being a baby face, it would come at like maybe the end of the year. Like maybe that's the last time you see him. He kind of turns baby again.
I was thinking. I was thinking his last match, he'll lose. He'll lose the title, whatever December show that is. And then at the very end, when he's laying there defeated, he'll slowly get up. They'll cheer for him, and he'll stand up and wave to, clap, clap to the audience, wave to him. Maybe get the mic and say something emotional, and then walk away. That's the way I see it. I don't see it like an early heel turn.
Yeah.
I mean, a face. I don't see an early face turn because why would you turn him heel and then not even 6, 7 months you're gonna turn him back face? So I don't know. It don't make sense to me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that would be pretty much the booking. Most of it doesn't make sense. The shows usually work
True.
in these vacuums like
Yeah.
a backlash, where you just have them go out and wrestle. You don't have people talking
Yeah.
too much. They're not doing too much acting. They're just going out and wrestling. And generally, we, as an audience, unanimously enjoy those. But then when you get into these Raws
Right.
where there's a lot of the backstage, like everything else they do is awful. They're terrible characters. They're terrible mic workers. They can all wrestle though, and that's why a backlash is so better accepted because you're not dealing with a lot of the bullshit. And
That's a
Raw,
good
you'll deal
point.
with the bullshit.
Yeah.
You got to, I guess, to set it up. You just wish they'd be better at how they're going about doing it. Because these matches deserve better. Imagine if you had some incredible builds, and then you were getting some of these matches. I mean, you're talking
That's
about
true.
best times in the business. That's what you're thinking.
Would you put a manager on Lyra right now?
Not as a baby face, I don't think.
Hmm.
You just gotta
Yeah.
do
She's.
something to keep her. It's just
You
got
agree with me
these
though?
roast battles. I think is what it is. It doesn't
Uh,
work for everybody. Some people can
yeah.
go out there and do that. Um,
She's like too nice to.
she's
She
just
seems
not.
too
Yeah,
nice.
she's too nice. She's not done this long enough. At least
Yeah.
at this level
And
with the mic work and stuff. So
yeah.
do vignettes, do
Yeah,
backstage
that's
just
right.
with a one guy. Nobody's interrupting you. You're
Mm.
getting across your piece. You could be
We don't get
fiery.
those no more, man. We
You
don't
don't
get
get none of that,
vignettes
no,
like
because
that.
they want to do this stuff that these guys ain't good at. Like, is a Cena and Orton good at it? Sure, but they've also been
Hell
wrestling
yeah.
for 25 fucking years.
Yeah, right.
Like Lyra,
Yeah.
if Lyra's still at the company in 25 years, I guarantee you she will be one of the best mic workers when she gets on it.
Right.
She'd have to
You can
be.
tell she's green with it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's just green with it, and they're not trying to hide that fact. They're putting it in your face, or
Like,
they're using
yeah.
it as like it's a like we're some kind of sports team, and we've got to get over. Here's your measuring stick. You gotta see if you can do it too, or something. I don't know. It's just like nobody's helping them in that regard, and that goes
She
not
put
just for
she
her. That goes for a lot of people on this roster.
they put her with Becky like 3 weeks in a row on a mic against each other, and Becky obliterated her 3 weeks. And it just made Lyra look so bad. Like you almost feel bad. I almost felt bad for her because I know she's a hell of a wrestler. But when you put a mic in her hand, it's almost like she might be a little starstruck too by Becky, because they have the history of growing up
Yeah,
in the same place.
I think it's simple. She's just green. She's hadn't done
Yeah.
it long enough, and not at this level. Not um, and that's kind of everybody that comes out of NXT or anybody.
But name one person that wrestled better than her tonight. I can't.
Oh no, she's a hell of a wrestler. I really
Yeah.
enjoy it. She's a great talent, and I ain't trying to put her down like, oh, she shouldn't be in her spot. No, she's a good wrestler. She should be the IC champ, and I want to see
Yeah.
where they go with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we talk about put a mouthpiece on her, but there's no mouthpieces laying around to put on her. Heyman's like the only mouthpiece in the company. They
There's no
don't
Jimmy
allow
Hart,
anyone else to be a
Bobby
mouthpiece.
Heenan.
They don't make mouthpieces anymore. I
Man,
mean,
I miss that. I miss that part of wrestling.
well, they
That
can't
old
make it.
school.
They can't give people talking ability in their little performance center. They can't manufacture it themselves, which is what they want to do.
Yeah.
It's like there's plenty. I guarantee you, there's tons of dudes in the indies that can cut a fucking promo. Guarantee it. It's like they don't even fuck with the indies anymore unless it's a guy that's 42 and been all over the world like this. And I ain't hating on him. I'm just saying they're fucking with him. But like, dude, there's got to be good people
Yeah.
in the indies. They used to pull like Punk and Daniel Bryan. There was that
Well,
era of
they're
indie guys that came in that are stars.
they're trying to do the PC growth. Their own people.
They're trying to
Yeah.
test tube wrestler these things, and
They're
I
trying
think
to build the wrestler from the bottom up, WWE style.
mhm,
You know what I'm saying? So they don't want to go out and get Joe Blow in the Indies that's been doing his own thing and draw a name for himself because he wrestles a different style that they don't want or something.
yeah, I guess So I don't know. They they're gonna keep doing it no matter what we say. I just
Yeah.
I think it's buried talent. I think it's hurt them. Like you always heard Paul Heyman and ECW talking about like hide your weaknesses and accentuate the good things you do, and that she's like case number one to do that with. Like
Yeah. Case one.
if you're gonna have her
Yeah.
talk, have it be in a controlled way where she gets a couple takes. Just get her over to us. Like I don't.
Yeah. Don't
We used to not
don't
get a
put her
lot
with
of live mic stuff back in the day. We
yeah.
didn't get a lot of
Don't
promos cut in the ring.
don't put her against one of the best female talkers.
Yeah, I mean,
You know,
I don't think any of the females are great talkers, honestly. None of them
Becky's
really.
one of the better females.
She's probably
She's one of the better ones.
I just can't stand her accent.
Yeah, I hear you.
She
Some
walks
people.
around like she's like. You ever see how she walks around like she's a buff guy? Like
She's the man.
something about her facials. I don't know. Hell of a match
She's the
from her
man.
tonight, though. I agree.
Yeah,
I mean, I'll say that it's match of the night for
that
me.
was my match of the night. Yeah, I was just saying that was my match of the night, definitely.
I called it match
And
of the
then
night right when it went over. I said, well, that's my match of the night so far, so they'll have to do something to beat this. And I didn't see anything on the card left that I thought would
yeah,
do it. Dom Pinto was
when
good,
I
but I didn't
seen
think it was going to be match of the night.
yeah, right when I seen that match, I was like, "There's nothing that's gonna beat this."
Yeah. you knew
I
Cena
thought
would-
actually, I
would-
thought the
you knew it
Fatal
was
Five
good.
Way was gonna be better. I thought the Fatal Five was gonna be the match of the night prior to the pay-per-view.
The 4-way?
Yeah, 4-way. But I mean, that was a great match too. But the women's match, they stole the show. And I guarantee you, right when they went back to Gorilla, they got congratulated a lot.
Kind of looking ahead to Raw, we're going to get that women's
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that match.
Kind of looking forward.
Roxanne and Julia.
I am too, because I want to see where it's going to go from here. Like, where is this kind of?
Yeah.
This whole angle's been played out on Raw since
Yeah,
the
they're
men's
actually
debut.
building this angle, so it's actually been a pretty good build and good wrestling matches. So
And
that'll be
obviously
a match I'd
AO
want to
is
see later.
involved, but she is the champion. So I'm wondering if all this is going to kind of lead into Money in the Bank for the women. And
Could
Roxana
be.
and Julia would be in, I guess. Although we hadn't really seen Julia wrestle. They've just been having Roxana wrestle for the last
Yeah,
little
well,
bit.
I've seen her. Yeah, NXT she wrestled quite a bit, but not so far. She's just been doing little run-ins, and Roxanne's been getting a main star match every week, so you can tell they see something in her. Down the road, I'd like to see Roxanne and Laura Valkyria.
It
That'd
definitely
be a hell of a
seems.
match.
It definitely seems as if Triple H likes Roxanne for real. He
Yeah,
really,
I would
he
say.
really likes her because he's putting her on. And Bakir, we'll see where she comes up. I mean, she's eventually got to let go of her NXT belt, I would assume.
Oh, I guarantee you she'll be a champion by the end of the year. I would say women's champion by the end of the year.
I'll say
Lyra.
IC champ by the end of the year.
IC.
Yeah,
She's IC
it's
right
on
now.
Raw. She's only been on Raw. IC right now is Lyra. So I see Stephanie maybe beating Lyra.
Oh, you're saying Stephanie. I was saying Lyra.
Well,
I was
Lyra is
talking
the
Lyra.
IC champ now. You think Ira's gonna
Yeah,
be women's champ? She'd have to
yeah, by
be
the
if
end
she
of the year.
stays on Raw, unless they shuffle the deck at some point, which could be happening between. They haven't teased it or anything, but maybe we won't do a draft. Uh,
I hope not, man.
they
Drafts are stupid.
so that would mean Stephanie's on Raw, Lyra's on Raw. So that'd mean Lyra would have to be in there with Rhea, Io. Do you think they'd put Lyra over Io or Rhea?
Shit, they can change their mind every week if they think somebody's gonna sell merchandise and be a top.
There's
You're
a
on
lot of
top.
women on Raw right now.
Yeah,
SmackDown's got a good bit too, but not as many top players. They got Jade, they got Tiff, they got Nia, they got Charlotte. They could probably use. They don't really have any NXT blood over on SmackDown, do they? In the women's division right now that I'm thinking of.
they got Sol
TLC's
Ruka is really good.
she's
Jada
still in
Parker's really
NXT,
good.
right? So Ruka's still in
Yeah,
NXT.
NXT. NXT. She's excellent.
Yeah, I like her
She's a
too. I
sweet
watched,
cat.
actually saw when they did that Fatal 4-Way at Mania at the Stand and Deliver.
You
Mania
see her
weekend.
finisher?
It was cool. I remember seeing it, I think.
Her finisher's sweet. She does like a bounce spring reverse stunner off the rope.
Oh, I did
You
see
have to
that.
check it out. Yeah.
I do remember
Jada
that.
Parker's really good down there too. Uh, who else is down there coming up? Jada Parker's gonna be a star too.
Yeah. I can hear Wade Barrett say it now. I must say too, Wade Barrett is great. I love him
Yeah,
on
he's a good
commentary.
commentator. Yeah,
I really dig him.
yeah, he's good. It was a good choice he made of retiring from wrestling and going to commentary.
So, did he get hurt or something, or is he just?
Yeah, he got hurt a few times,
I
but
mean, I'm sure he's
I
getting
think
hurt,
one.
but like a real bad one or
Yeah,
something.
I don't think he got he didn't get injured where like it's gonna ruin his career injured. I don't think, but I used to like him as a wrestler too. Like that whole bad news gimmick, I love that. I'm
Oh
afraid I
yeah,
got some bad news.
yeah. I used to like that gimmick
The whole Nexus thing was pretty cool. How they did that.
too. Yeah, and I like his work on commentary. I think I like him better than Pat McAfee.
Oh yeah, me
And I like
too.
him better than Corey Graves, honestly. Like I've really grown to like
Yeah.
Wade Barrett, and they keep giving him the spot too. They keep putting him on putting him on these pay-per-views.
You
You know, he's usually
hear
just
him
on
call
SmackDown.
you hear him call Dom's girl. What's her name?
Live.
You hear her call him. You hear Barrett call her baby cakes tonight.
Yeah, I heard him say something about baby cake. And Cole's like, "Oh, is that what you call her or something?" Oh, I heard them
Yeah.
calling each other that in the back or something.
Yeah. Then Cole's laughing like, I think you call him. You call him.
That's what you call her.
Yeah. Uh,
anyway,
I
it
think
was a good
that's it.
show all around tonight, and like we said,
Yeah.
Raw on Monday night is gonna. I think we're gonna have something good. I don't know. We'll see where we're going with Seth and that whole deal. Each passing week, I'm losing less or
They
more and
need
more
to
interest. I'm losing.
they need to do something this week, like another member. Or they need to get. I know. I want to see Braun in some singles matches too.
Well, they did say tonight that we will hear from CM Punk tomorrow night. So we'll see
Oh.
how he fans the flames of all this tomorrow night as well, or
Hmm.
I should say Monday night. Usually I don't like the
Yeah,
Saturday
it's
night pay
Saturday.
per view. I like
I
the
don't-
Sunday night pay per view.
That's because we grew up with Sunday night our whole life.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like a pay per view night. Now it feels like I got nothing to do tomorrow. Like, what am I gonna watch
I think
tomorrow?
NXT has a pay-per-view tomorrow. I think if you watch it, I think it's I think they do. If I read that right.
No, their next one's not till the 25th.
Oh, is it 25th? It's a Sunday.
Yep, that's actually a Sunday.
Yeah,
That's what Memorial
that's what I
Weekend.
see.
Is that night
Yeah,
before
that's
Memorial Day?
stupid. Yeah, why would they do it on Memorial Weekend?
Why not? Probably gonna make a difference for their viewership at the with NXT.
They ain't gonna let the wrestlers party that weekend.
Not NXT at least. Hey, they're supposed to be in boot camp, man.
Yeah.
They're in their boot camp phase of this whole deal. They're just rolling them out
Shawn
like a
Michaels.
factory.
Shawn Michaels, man.
It does
He's
look like a good
doing good
card
down
though. It looks like I don't know if it's the main event of the evening. It's the first one it shows me, but it's NXT Women's Champion Stephanie Vaquer is going to defend her NXT Women's title against Jordan Grace from TNA. So
there. That's the 25th.
that's on the 25th in Tampa. It's called WWE Battleground. They're bringing the Battleground
Yeah, that's what
match
I
back.
see. That's what I see. Yeah, that's a while to build. I got a couple weeks, huh?
Yeah, and then we'll have NXT Champion Obafemi. He's going to defend his belt against Miles Bourne.
I was born. He looks like Randy Orton. You ever see the guy?
Yeah, I'm looking at him right now. Yeah, he's definitely got
Yeah, he looks like Orton.
And that's it as far as the matches I have in front of
Far.
me for Battleground on May 25th from Tampa.
Hmm.
We'll see how that
So WWE, what are they doing Saturday night? Before that, they got to be doing something.
goes. As far as I mean,
Nothing.
the night before is the main event.
Oh, is it the night before?
Saturday night's main event is
Okay.
the night
I knew
before.
they
And
had
then
to be doing something.
and then on
Yeah.
June 7th, we will have Money in the Bank, and then earlier in the day we will have AAA NXT Worlds Collide.
A couple weeks of wrestling right in a row.
Yeah, they're pretty much spaced on 2 weeks apart right now. It seems like it's in 2 weeks
Yeah.
is when we'll get money main event and battleground.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And
And
then
then
2
another
weeks
2
after
weeks you
that,
got money break.
you'll have money, or hell, maybe a week later.
Main event will
No,
probably be like
it's 2 weeks. It's 2 weekend. Well, it's less than 2 weeks because it's all gonna be freaking Money in the Bank and Worlds Collide's all on a Saturday. They could have split one into Sunday. I feel like could have Worlds Collide
main
Saturday
event.
night.
Yeah, main event will probably be like a glorified house show.
Oh yeah, it'll be like a TV show essentially. They may
Probably
have a.
no
They'll
title
have
changes.
we already got a world title match booked on it. Sounds like we may end up having. If I had to guess, I would assume Tiffany and Nia goes to main event. I don't
Yeah,
care
maybe.
at all about seeing that match. I really don't care
No.
about the SmackDown's women division. They don't have anything appealing to me. They got Alexa Bliss showing up last night. I don't know if you saw that. She came
Yeah, I
back
see
as a
that.
mystery tag opponent. And then she has a face off in the back with Charlotte as Charlotte's leaving. So Charlotte did go. Watch Charlotte's promo. I mean, watch SmackDown if you need something to watch tonight after we get off. And you want to get some more wrestling in, watch SmackDown from last night because it wasn't terrible. There was a couple good matches. Yeah, I didn't hate it. I thought it was better than the week before as far as like substance.
Yeah.
But Charlotte did it.
Hopefully Alexa
the
can stay
crowd was
healthy.
giving Charlotte a bunch of shit, and Charlotte kind of
Yeah, they bet.
she didn't act all frazzled like she did the last time they did this before
Yeah.
Mania. She actually kind of leaned into it and said,
That's good.
marched off in a tantrum because everybody's booing her. She was acting real chicken shit. So, and then on the way out, Jade has a stare off. Jade interrupts her and then stares her off and then gets in there for her match with Nia. And then in the back, it shows Charlotte and Alexa having like a exchange, I guess. So Alexa, I guess, is now back and actually going to be put into some kind of angle. I guess with Charlotte.
Whatever happened to the Wyatt Six?
Well, according to your injury report you sent over to me the other day,
Yeah.
I forget his Bo Dallas. He's injured.
Injured.
But it said that he looked like his timetable was after Backlash to come back. So we may see him
Wyatt
in the next couple weeks.
I hope we don't see the Wyatt Six.
Nobody wants to fucking see that, dude. Like, I didn't even like it when Bray did it. Only time I know because he died, and I hate that, and that was very sad. But I got to be honest, I never gave a fuck about. I hadn't given a fuck about Bray Wyatt for real, until he had. I liked him all the way until Cena buried him at Mania that time when Cena beat him. After that, all the shine I had for him just got wore off, and it really wasn't his fault. He just started getting booked like shit because he was always pretty good. I always liked him, and then it got weird.
Did you like the Fiend stuff?
No, I didn't like when it got all weird like that. It wasn't for me. But I really dug his first incarnation when he first came into the main roster.
They really built the Fiend character. I was sort of into it, right? I thought it was going to be like the next Kane or something, right? And then his first huge pay-per-view with Seth Rollins at Hell in a Cell, Seth beat him.
Yeah.
It's like, what?
They buried him. And they kept doing this dumb shit, and then they just beat him. And it was just like, well, what do we do? We ain't. It's the same. They had Cena beat him at Mania.
Yeah.
Okay, that would have been a great time to beat Cena for this guy, young guy. It would have got him over.
Yeah.
People were digging him. That's when he did the cool entrance because they were in New Orleans. He did the cool spooky entrance when he first came out. The thing WrestleMania 30 was that one. That's a great match. I've watched that match back before. It's a fun match. The crowd's really into it. And yeah, Cena beats him. 2 years later, or no, the following year's Mania, he's gonna wrestle the Undertaker. It's like, okay, well, is he gonna beat the Undertaker now too? No, we're gonna bury our younger talent. So the Undertaker beats Bray. They just always, and then I think didn't the Firehouse Fun match, didn't Bray lose that too to Cena in that weirdo match they did? Like, they did nothing but bury that kid, dude. I mean, it's like what we're seeing with Gunther. They're doing dumb shit with Gunther now, and it's just like.
I look forward to see where Gunther's going to go now because got to do something.
Well, I guess we'll have Cody's going to come out Friday on SmackDown and announce that Bad Bunny's training to be his partner at SummerSlam, and he wants a piece of John Cena and Travis Scott. Bringing in Bad Bunny to even the odds.
Bad Bunny.
His Puerto Rican buddy. They go way back.
I see your favorite artist is going to be at SummerSlam hosting it, Cardi B.
Dude, that's so stupid. I saw that. That whole video is stupid. The vignette they did for it, like, what do we do?
Why does she talk like that?
Whose idea is this?
I guess she's popular, so it's bringing new faces to the screen. You know.
It's like it's focus group shit. Well, I gotta have somebody. Like, how many famous people do you need on a show? And it still maybe does half the ratings of what an Attitude Era show would have done, like a Raw.
You know who I want?
It don't even do half the rating.
I'd book Jesse the Body Ventura, man.
He'll probably be at main event.
He was excellent.
He shows up at the
He was excellent at main event. He's gonna be at main event.
He's good.
I love his commentary.
He's still good on commentary. When he's done what two of them so far, and they've both been great.
He did a match, and I forgot who the heel was. It was Cody. Cody Rhodes was the face, and there was a title laying. Yeah, Kevin Owens versus Cody Rhodes, and Kevin grabbed the title, but it got knocked out of his hands, and then Cody seen it, and then Jesse's like, "Let's see what he's gonna do. Let's see if he's gonna cheat to win." Cody, is he gonna cheat? He played it up, like calling it, and then he grabbed it. He did it. He cheated.
Yeah, he used the belt. He used the chair. Yeah,
Jesse did, but
people are still angry on Twitter right now about the Gunther match.
oh yeah, I would be too.
Somebody said a commentator went 20 minutes with the last world heavyweight champion getting several near falls. WWE just buried itself. They definitely are
He
burying
did
Gunther.
with Gunther. I don't know what he did. Is it because he's gaining his weight back?
McAfee lasted longer in the chokehold than Gunther did at Mania. That's
Man.
true. He passed out like twice tonight. Some guy said great match. He loved it.
Great match.
Somebody said I was expecting it to be entertaining, and it was. Flowers to Pat. This person's more like how I kind of feel about it all, a gigantic waste of time. Everybody loved McAfee's. I guess they're all happy with McAfee's showing. Is the take on Twitter, kind of. But you got your purists like me and you that are like, this is all fucking stupid. This is wasting our time. This is making one of our, what should be our probably top heel right now. Just y'all keep burying him for the sake. And then Drew, another guy that could be one of your top heels, burying him. Like, at least with Drew, if you're going to keep having him get fucked and keep getting buried, at least let him go full heel and be a fucking menacing heel.
Yeah, just go crazy.
Priest isn't the one that's going to get him over as a heel.
No.
Punk was getting him over as a heel. He was getting more heelish, and they kind of
don't buy much into
feud, he's just bounced around.
I don't believe Priest. Like, I don't believe his character. You know, I don't believe none of it.
That's my issue with it, because I don't think he's a terrible worker. I just don't care about his character. I don't believe him.
I don't. Nope.
Is he supposed to be going for an Undertaker thing, but he's got a baby face?
I don't know.
He's not really menacing as far as his build goes. I'm sure you see him in the airport. Yeah, he's not like a big fucking dude, but like on TV, he does not look like a Randy Orton looks, or a Drew McIntyre looks. He's something about him. There's something missing. Just something missing.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll figure it out.
I think him and Austin Theory, they both have something big missing, but they got a lot of potential. You know, and they can both be huge stars.
Well, who was it that beat Theory just the other night? Was it on Raw?
I mean, who beats him every week? What week?
But it was something.
Last week?
It was stupid. Yeah, was it SmackDown that they did
Sheamus.
that?
Sheamus.
Yeah. Was that SmackDown or was that Raw?
That was SmackDown. Grayson Waller gave him the match, as a gift, and then Sheamus returned, and Sheamus looked like shit, and made Theory look like shit. But Theory loses every week if he wrestles.
Is that SmackDown for real?
Yeah.
Damn, has it already been over a week? That's crazy.
The last SmackDown wasn't this one.
It wasn't Raw.
I think it was last.
You sure it wasn't Raw?
I don't think so. Are they? Is it?
Either way,
maybe.
Austin Theory and Waller are both. They are supremely buried. I don't know if they ever come back. They seem like they're in a spot of we may never. They could leave tomorrow and never come back. It could easily happen. They could be on Unsolved Mysteries for the wrestling for Monday Night. Their WWE Unsolved Mysteries is where the fuck did Austin Theory go? It's coming.
In the same voice. The same voice as the host.
He just had an old, out of shape, mid Carter, career mid Carter. I know he wrestled for the title and it held it a couple times, but he was in some very down periods. But
they need to repackage Theory.
Came back and beat a guy that looks like $1 million, wrestles like $1 million, can actually talk if they give him something to say.
Take Theory off the show for a month or two, and then do some vignettes. 3-4 weeks of that. Build him back up. Give him a whole new look. Do something. I don't know. They gotta talk to him and see what he thinks he can do. They gotta talk to him and see.
He has a good look.
But I like Waller. Grayson Waller.
They don't do nothing with him either. It's I don't know.
Well, I know.
What?
And he's a good wrestler too. Yeah. They don't give them too many opportunities. They're if they need if somebody needs to get put over.
They don't get a Lyra spot. Lyra got. I don't know how long that match went, but it was well over 20 minutes.
I would say at least 20.
And they gave her time to work a match. She won people over. She got over a little bit more tonight, I think.
Yeah, I would say. Even
And
after that match, Cole
and
said,
we'll probably talk about it
Lyra
this
is here.
week. I'm sure we'll talk about it this week, but we'll get the match ratings for Backlash from or Meltzer's match ratings, I'm sure, and then we get the Cage side too. But kind of wondering if they're going to be on par with how we were thinking too. But I want to see if they give Lyra and Becky a good nod on that. Because I'm sorry, but that match was better than that triple threat at Mania.
Yeah, I think so.
Other than it just being on Mania, I think pound for pound, tonight's match was better.
If Meltzer don't give that match a good mark, I don't believe shit he says.
He'll give it over 4. He'll give it 4 stars or more, I think. If he goes below that, I'd be shocked. But he should give it 5, but I don't think he will. I think he'll go like 4 3/4 or 4.5 or something. That's my prediction on
that. How long does it take him to come out with them usually?
Oh, he'll have it out probably Monday.
Okay.
Hell, he may have it out tomorrow. I don't know. As soon as when it's out, we'll discuss it on the following show for sure.
Yeah.
But if I had to guess, he'll probably put it out Monday.
All right.
But anyway, man, we can put a button on this one. We've been going for a while, and I've been live streaming since 6 o'clock tonight. So
holy shit.
Fucking tired. I'm not really tired. I'm just ready to get out of this chair for a little bit.
Yeah, I hear you.
It's hurting my ass at this point. Anyway, again, we'll be live following Monday Night Raw. So join us then. And it's been a long day, so doubt we'll have anything tomorrow night. But yeah, so we'll see you guys after Monday Night Raw. Watch live reaction there. I'm not gonna live stream Raw. I don't think. I'm just gonna do the pay-per-views from now on.
Okay.
Because I just can't. Plus that stream I'm using, I don't know how well it holds up. It kept buffering during SmackDown and stuff too. So yeah, we'll just I'll probably when I live stream in the future, I'll just do the pay-per-view since it's on Peacock and run smoother. So, but anyway, well that's it for us tonight. Appreciate y'all coming. See you later.
Good.